Wow, what a beautiful day. It's alright. I've noticed I planted some things today. As soon as I seen my pumpkins pop up a little bit, just a little sprout, two little leaves, and so it spurred me to check knowing that the other seeds that I had put in a paper towel would have started. So I planted those, and I guess I'm just realizing all the things that I've planted, and I'm being here, present, living, learning about just all the processes of growing and evolving, expanding things. Yeah, come here, Dad. Come on. Yeah, you good girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you good girl. It's cool just watching everything and do its own processes, and it's like I can feel the give and take of energy, like when I'm doing anything, like when I was outside planting those, it was like strands of energy would be going into the ground. Like after I planted it and watered it, and I just went outside, just walking around, standing, just kind of just enjoying the sun, the trees, everything, And I could just feel like strands coming out of me into the seeds that are growing, and back, it's I can feel them sending back information, and that just it's awesome to watch that unfold in its processes. Life truly is a magical gift, and I just wanted to share that with y'all, because that's when I woke up and let the dogs out and listened to some music and played around and talked to some friends for a little bit. Just enjoying the morning and the day with everybody, everything, and it's super cool. And it's been like that for a while, I suppose, that I've noticed that, like where I can feel like when I walk or go anywhere, the trees, they say, they just be greeting me, sharing me wisdom and information, knowledge. And it's so cool, because, like, I'll just be, not even really I guess it starts with pulling your gaze back a little bit, because you're able to see more things, more of the universe's expression with the breath, and not just the breath. Like I said, many different teachings that I've applied and I guess refine them into something that works for me. It's super cool to hear their wisdom and them talking to me, you know, grateful that I am here. And it's awesome. Honestly, this body doesn't quite have a full in its way of expressing yet to totally describe it. Words are getting better, and ways to describe things get better, and being able to share it. And I noticed each video, others may or may not notice, I can see how, like, and I can feel it too, how each time I do anything, it just slightly refines itself a little bit. Like these videos, it's becoming easier to, like, initially, like, it all was essentially easy, but, and I can just tell how words are able to come to the top a little bit easier without me having to, like, take a few moments to breathe and, I guess you could say, consult the divine, me, you, everything, and just free flow from speaking of my being and sharing what I have, the information, just what I'm doing. Super fun to be out there and feel everything's connection, because it's wanting to be playful and grow. And it's exciting. I love it. So I planted the rest of that stuff. I had tomatoes, zucchini, okra, spinach, squash, tomato, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. And it's part of creating and pulling your gaze back and bringing awareness to different aspects of your being and existence. And it's truly exciting, because it all leans into you. If you lean into it, just a pathway through it. And yeah, just that breath is what allows me to, but it's essentially always there. So the common thing is, like, that you need certain things. It's in everything, so you don't essentially need anything. The breath, cold water, exposure, ice baths, you know, all sorts of different ways to bring your awareness, your attention to your body and its functions, which is super cool. So, like, no essentially thing is good or bad in how you do it. You know what works for you the best. Like, I noticed that when I bring awareness to my breath, and also pulling my gaze back, and doing cold showers and ice baths. It helps me further my practices, and just able to fully express myself a little bit better. Not being afraid to speak my mind, and you know, I speak, period, not being afraid or fearful of what would or could come from it, and just sharing that there is a way to just live your life. And no need to worry about what other people think about you or feel about you, as long as you're not harming. You're truly loving. And harming, I don't mean like it's like, you have somebody that you clearly see that, like, I guess they're being destructive to their body, instead of rebuilding it up into like better eating habits, just things like that, tending to this creation we have been gifted as a human body, hallowed by it. And it's like that they're destructing like things like some people can live doing things like drinking and stuff, it's like not an issue, it's when like that ends up, which I guess, and as a result you end up having good, but that you can't continuously, you got to live your own path. If they're wanting to do that, you let them do that. You've tried to do what you could, but you can't stick on that. That's their path. That's the way they choose to be in these moments. When you try to change them, it's like you can't. So you have to pull that back and just do your own thing, and realize when you do your own thing, you live with your entire being and don't judge, understand that those are the processes of wherever anybody is. And you understand that, like, you don't gotta, it's like they'll eventually, unless they'll find a way that to either make it work with their life, or they'll cut it out eventually. And that's exactly, it's like that's their way of being. And usually when they learn to either let it go, or that because it's not being constructive within their lives, then they usually come to that, usually can come to that conclusion of, well, anything can be bad for you if you go balls to the wall with it, and that's the only thing your awareness is on. And that's why it's alright, for people to do whatever they do, as long as their mindful about how they're doing it. Not just, live your own life. Don't harm anybody through anything you do. The universe will let you have generally anything that you desire. There's no need to steal it or take it. Just be patient and learn the lessons you have to get to that seeing that moment you want to be in, which should be now. Once you learn to live here, it just becomes easier. At first, I remember that ended up having several things that I needed to learn to get to where I'm at now. And like I said, everybody's in their own path of seeing. You essentially can't force anybody out of how they're viewing. You can only show them love and another way, and if they don't choose that, don't get mad at them. It's just let them do that. And maybe they come around, maybe they don't. Maybe you just show them that like what you're doing is making big, you can see a difference. See how it's improving aspects of your life that you never thought would improve, or not even that, but just things like that. You got sweet, loving dogs that just want to love on you all the time and play. And, like I said, everybody's seeing is where they are is perfect. Everybody and everything is perfect. I've just noticed a pathway that I have been gifted and taught that has allowed me to have I don't even know what you'd call it, a connection to the divine on a it feels like we're homies. We're right here. We're all together. We are everything. And it's beautiful. I'm so grateful for it. Yeah, so super grateful to be here, and all of it. Yes, very. If you are confused, you can always pull your gaze back, bring awareness to your breath, realize what this interaction is causing within you, and when you do that, it sometimes brings you attention to like those traumas, the things that you've experienced as a child, and I know I quoted it, but it's words, concepts, you know. And it's part of the expression of the divine as well. And once you're able to actually see that, it becomes easier to navigate how it's affecting different relationships and interactions among your things in your body when things aren't aligning the way you're hoping them to, I suppose. And all this is just from my experience and how I have come to understand what works for me and my connection among things. And, now, that's mine. And quit. Goofballs. Yeah, and that's how I've noticed is when I pull my gaze back and focus on my breath, I just kept bringing my attention to my breath. I realized lots of things that I didn't have to worry about as much. Losing things like keys, wallets, phones. I realized that, which was so funny, you genuinely, and it's easy to say it, you genuinely don't worry about it. Like, let it go entirely and not stress about it. And there it is. Like, you lost it. It'll turn up. Truthfully, like, it'll turn up. You had it, and stop. You had it, and then, you know, your being was there when you had it. So it's recorded. So when you just let it go, don't worry about it, and just kind of do what you do, you realize that lots of those things, there they are. They be found in an instant. You just stop thinking about it so hard and trying to find it. And that's what I've learned trying to find my stuff. Is I genuinely let it go and don't worry about it. Oh, wow, I can't believe it was right there the whole time. You know, I just overlooked it. And it works for so many other things too. You know, you pull your gaze back and you genuinely don't worry or stress because deep down you know that you already know. A deep trust within yourself, which is, I've noticed, a lot of people don't have that deep trust. You know, it's like that deep trust is it's so exciting once you finally trust yourself. Yeah, you tell them. You get Blair. You get her, Blue. You get her. You get her. Yeah. Be yourself.